short. I'm going to just talk to about Jacob Zaharik, and I think he's kind of a Canadian legend that really not a lot of people know about. Um, Jacob Zaharik, here, I'll lead us into it. Here we got to go into here. So okay, here's Google Earth. I'm gonna hop over here to Google Earth. Is it showing up? Oh yeah, it's there. We're good. Okay. So I've never really done this before, but anyways, here's Google Earth. Here's Saskatchewan, big old rectangle Saskatchewan. In 2017, I took a job up north, teaching in Pinehouse Lake, Saskatchewan, which is right about, that's like where Pinehouse over here. There we go, there's Pinehouse. So way up in the bush, way out in the boreal forest, like Prince Albert's like down here. Saskatoon's even further south. Pinehouse way up here, in the middle of the boreal forest. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. Hey, where do we end up now? There's Pinehouse, good. Anyways, so all these little lakes up here, I'm not sure if you're aware, and I mean, goddamn colonialism, but a lot of these lakes up here are named after people that were killed in the Second World War. So you get a lot of these little lakes out here. They're named after like Canadians that went off, fought in Europe during Second World War. They have lakes named after them. Anyways, one in particular, like living up here in the bush, there's a lot of fun stuff to do. There's camping, there's fishing, all that stuff. Going out on the boat, just walking through the forest. It's nice. It's fun. So being up north, I was afforded the opportunity. So Key Lake Mine is, let's go about turn off. Where's Key Lake here? Where's the junction? There we go. Here's town. So if you hit this road here, this is the Key Lake Road. This goes up to the Camco Key Lake Mine. And I don't quite remember what all the names of the rivers are up here. I remember the Churchill. Churchill's right here. And this is a bridge. It's a huge bridge. It was actually built by the Canadian Army Corps of Engineers. I think. I might be thinking of a different bridge. Don't quote me on that. This is all rapids in here. I've been down this river, this Churchill River here. And that opens up into here. I can't remember what the name is. Pretty certain this here is Gordon Lake. Also another interesting lake. Gordon Lake is named after, I believe, a guy from Regina who was killed. And he was like the first male nurse in like the Canadian Navy. So he was killed in action. I have a book here actually that talks about Gordon. I've got a book. It's called Age Shall Not Weary Them. It's got like every single Saskatchewan war dead from World War II and some I think from World War I, but I'm not really sure how World War I factors into that book. Anyways, getting off topic. So you go up past Gordon Lake here. We get into like the Norbert and the Haltane rivers. Look at that. Beautiful. I think this might be too far because I think we've got to go. Where did we end up? There's Gordon. No, I don't think we've gone far enough. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I think Zaharik is. Where is Zaharik Lake? I've lost Zaharik Lake. There it is. Okay. So this here is Zaharik Lake right here. Okay. You drive all the way up on the Key Lake Road. There's a little turn off into the bush here, and you just kind of venture off into the bush, and then you drag a boat through the trees. You hit the river, and you head on up here. And don't worry, I'm not going to be going over a whole bunch of maps. I'm just showing you this is Zaharik Lake. Okay. Now Zaharik, Corporal Jacob Zaharik, very interesting specimen of Canadian history, because our good fellow Zaharik was one of the infamous MacPaps who fought in Spain prior to World War II, which kind of factors in to how he ended up in how he ended up in World War II as well. It's all connected. So anyways, Jacob Zaharik. fought in Spain in 1936 for 18 months on a machine gun crew before he was wounded. He served on a machine gun crew in Spain for 18 months under an assumed name, because at the time it was frowned upon to leave Canada to go fight in foreign civil conflicts without, like, you know, as almost like just like a independent, I guess, kind of like with ISIS and the YPJ and the Kurds and Syria and everything. Very similar. We all know that. So he had an assumed name. He returned to Canada, and we'll get into his attestation papers here, because I've broken into my mom's ancestry account and I've got his World War II attestation papers ready to go, and we're gonna read through them and we're gonna laugh. We're gonna laugh about Jacob Zaharik, because he was a funny guy, had some funny ideas. Anyways, so that's where Zaharik Lake is. Here, I'll kind of zoom out again. Whatever it was, lost it again. There we go. So there's Zaharik. Right where my hand is. Pinos is still like just down over here where the airport is, I think. Yep, there's Pinos. Orange is over here. Anyways, so Corporal Zaharik, interesting guy. Anyways, I'm gonna hop over here to OBS real swift, and we'll transition to my picture slideshow. So anyways, got some pictures here, like just like of the world up there, I guess. So this here's like just like the landing of the river that takes you up north into Zaharik. This is on Zaharik. Just take note of like the big, almost like mound in the back there. That is a giant, like, it's huge. It's like a mountain. Just looking down the river, that kind of like leads just from Zaharik. Same day, actually. Same day all these pictures were taken. Two entirely different climates that day. Absolutely beautiful up there. So, spent the day on it, fell in love with the lake, fell in love with just like the space. Like, look at that. That is probably one of the best. That's probably one of my most favorite pictures of my entire life. We were out moose hunting. Anyways, so just fell in love with the lake, fell in love with just like the area, the mountain, the background, everything like that. And like, I mean, I went home and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna look up Zaharik. Like, who was Zaharik? I wanted, like, clearly it's a colonial name, Zaharik, right? So clearly named after somebody killed in the war. So I looked it up, and Corporal Zaharik was just like the original Rambo, like badass, but he was like communist Rambo. So, and I'm not exaggerating. That his attestation papers are hilarious. Here, let's see. Okay, so that's there. Here, so I'm just going to switch it on over to the attestation papers now. So here we have the attestation papers all ready to go. Here, I'm just going to pop this over here so I can keep an eye on that, and then I'll just put this like this. Okay, so here we are on the attestation papers. So here we'll just zoom on in. Qualifications, military, none. But he's telling this to the Canadian Expeditionary Force while having served like a year and a half in a machine gun crew in Spain, because, you know, everybody just lies to the Canadian Expeditionary Force back in the 40s. I mean, that's how you end up with 12-year-olds in your army. Anyways, business or professional, none. Trade or civil, he was a laborer. Technical, none. Language is English only. Yeah, not like you picked up any Spanish on your little soiree, Jacob. High school, he was like grade 9. He dropped out of school to go work. I mean, that's what it were. Okay, let's see. Ceases to attest on something. They do mention it, I think, that he fought in Spain at some point, because it says he had like no, I don't know, maybe they didn't consider it military service or what, but Dundurn, that's down near Humboldt, kind of, or no, Dundurn's outside Saskatoon. Sorry, I'm thinking what am I thinking of? I'm not even thinking of Debden. Wadena? I don't remember. Sketch has got a lot of names. All right, so here's all this. I've just pretty basic. Return from furlough, admitted to Shawnee Military Hospital, discharged from Shawnee Military Hospital. That's very basic. It's very straightforward. Ceases to be attached. Okay, so he's being transferred around, moved, whatever. I think that's pretty standard. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so here's his medical examination. This here's where it gets kind of good. So Jacob Zaharik, he's Regina, Saskatchewan. It is January 15th. Okay, so he's age 27. Have you suffered from any diseases? No, he's a pretty healthy dude. Pretty healthy guy. So this is where it gets really interesting. Identification marks or scars. If operative obtain history, he has a 6-inch scar on the upper end of his thigh from a glass cut. But I forget where I was reading more about Corporal Zaharik, and that's where he had been wounded in Spain. That's where he took the injury. It wasn't glass that cut him. It was like a grievous wound he took. Anyways, so guy's like 5'7". He's a short guy. He's not very tall. But I mean, the Soviets loved short people that were like 5'7". I forget what tank it was, T-34 or something. You had to be. They had like height restrictions on it. You could only be so tall. They were like tiny tanks. 145 pounds, pretty small guy. Complexion medium, eyes gray. Pretty straightforward. Some regular old Rudy here. Anyways, next page. No. But there is a point where it does bring it up, where it talks about his willingness to join the CEF, and he really, really wants a tank. Oh, we gotta find it. How many pages are there here? Corporal Zaharik. This is death certificate. It's too bad. He died in prison in German hands. He forget when it was. Here, dated death January 23rd, 1945. I've kind of like looked up that date to see what was maybe taking place in World War II. He was sent out on a recon mission. He was part of some unit detachment that was like they would basically get the Bren carriers and just send them like straight into the Germans and be like, see ya like 2 weeks from now, bye. So, but again, we got to find the rest of his papers here because they're funny. This is Zavitz. What is this? Bessie Zaharik. Okay, we're still in Zaharik. I get a little messy. I don't want to know any of this. We need to find like the interview with him. His willingness to hunt down fascists for the atrocities he witnessed in Spain is a pretty good ride to read through. Good here. Is that him? Driver, carrier. Good, stable type soldier, rather wandering, adventurous by nature, but settling well to armored corps, wishes to serve as driver. This still him? This still Zaharik? Oh yeah, here. Arms or corps. Previous experience in armed forces. Mackenzie Papineau. There you go. 1938, he was discharged gunnery. Basic, advanced training. So, oh man. Cool. Okay, anyways, good, stable. Yeah, what does that say? I don't know what that says. Anyways, here, we'll just see if we can move on. See if we can find it. It's a Herrick. Are you married? No. Wasn't married. No, didn't have any kids. I did actually have a picture of him. I had okay, here we go. This is the one we want. Personnel selection record. Okay, I should have found this. I should have found this long ago. I'm sorry I didn't. Anyways, Corporal Jacob Zaharik. Other languages. His main language is English. The other languages he speaks is conveniently Spanish and German. Completed grade 8, grade 9. I don't know what. No, I hate Roman numerals. In Regina Sassler School because he wanted to see the world. Okay, this is where Zaharik gets to be like you fall in love with Zaharik. Completed grade left school because he wanted to see the world. You got to consider this is back in like the 40s. The 40s. I mean. Okay, anyways, has taken 1 year's night school in radio and stenography and bookkeeping. Worked for his father, contractor on and off, 40 cents per hour, pipe fitter's helper. Renault Company 6. Okay, anyways, deckhand White Star Line, 1 month. Boy, I wonder why he was working on the White Star Line. I wonder what that was about for only 1 month. Clearly not skipping the country to go fight in Spain. Anyways, okay, so military background, cadets in school. He was a volunteer in the Spanish Civil War for 18 months as a heavy machine gunner. Yeah, all good, all good. Get down here. He's got 2 brothers, one a farmer, one a truck driver. He's got 3 sisters, 2 married, one working in a munition factory. He's single. This is okay. This is poetry. This is prose. Zaharik is a short, thick-set man who says that he has always craved adventure and action. While still quite young, he served 18 months in the Spanish Civil War on the anti-Franco side and speaks in great detail about the action that he saw. He was badly wounded in the legs and was shipped out of the country before the end of the civil conflict. His wounds still trouble him. When interviewed, he was depressed. He wants more action and is eager to get revenge on the Nazis and fascists for the atrocities that he saw perpetrated in Spain. His OC, however, says that he is on the whole not given to depression, but that usually he is gay and jovial. If any chance of an overseas draft occurs for this man, he should be given very serious consideration, for he is really eager for action. The guy went and applied to the military after already lying halfway through the attestation papers about having no military service. Like, he gets to this point now, and it's just he's been feeling a little depressed. Like his mood's a little low, but essentially it's you give him some Nazis to shoot, he's a-okay. He's gonna be fine. But he'd also really like a tank. There is a part, I think, his depression, infraction. There is a request where it says that he wishes to be transferred into the armored, and I do not. Where was it? I don't know if it's here. See reverse side for further information. Follow. Racial unit. No, that wasn't it. It's down here. There is a spot where it says he just really wants to be considered for the armored. Working, English only. Jacob Zaharik. I'm sure he wasn't part of any union, eh? Okay, so that's that. So basically, all I really wanted to show everybody here. Hold on. Lived all his life in Saskatchewan until he enlisted. On premises Saskatchewan. Day of birth September 1st. Huh, okay. None. Not to my knowledge. Wish to make. Let's go right through. It's got to be here somewhere. Yeah. So here's the letter of his death. So, dear Mr. Zaharik, it was with deep regret that I learned of the death of your son, Corporal Jack Zaharik, who gave his life in the service of his country in Germany on the 23rd day of January 1945. From official information we have received, your son died while a prisoner of war. You may be assured that any additional information received will be communicated to you without delay. The Minister of National Defense and the members of the Army Council have asked me to express to you and your family their sincere sympathy in your bereavement. We pay tribute to the sacrifice he so bravely made. And for Corporal Zaharik, I mean, it's a sad ending. I mean, guy just really wanted to shoot fascists. I mean, what is this? This is a casualty. So this is his casualty, but we already kind of went through his casualty, sort of, whatever. Which tells me that it's maybe not all totally in order. Burial list, information. Zoomed. Okay, yeah, okay. Now, I did actually have a photo of Jacob Zaharik. He's hard to track down, but I did get a picture of him. It came from some super sleuthing, but I did it. Yeah, I don't remember. There's just one part where he wishes to be strongly considered for the armored. So just kind of give him a tank. What's this? I don't think Claudia Fenderman. You go, yeah, I don't know. It's somebody else now, I think. Yeah. Anyways, so that's that. Here, maybe we'll see if I can hop on out of here, and I'll see if we can find Jacob Zaharik. Let's just here. Let's go to search. We gotta search member search all collections. Yeah, sure. I wish I could show you more cool information. I think it was on my old computer, and I wiped a lot of this information off of it. I think, just sad, but Jacob Zaharik, because he didn't go always by the name Jacob. I forget what other name is given for him. Here, public member stories. Here he is. Found him. Got it. There he is. Private tree connection. Sad. Well, he's right there. But luckily, we live on the internet. Open link. View image. Let's see. There it is. Got it. Well, that doesn't help us. Anyways, there he is. That's Jacob Zaharik. Dude fought in Spain for 18 months, shooting fucking fascists left and right. Machine gun crew. 18 months. Got wounded. Something blew up. Got him in the legs. Comes back home in 1938. 1 year later, 1939, World War II breaks out in Europe. Buddy goes to the Canadian Expeditionary Force and says, "Hey, I got a case of the blues, but I got a fever, and the only cure is shooting more Nazis. Also, I want a tank." And that's basically it. I mean, we have a monument to the MacPaps, and we don't pay it any homage, at least as a nation. As a nation, here's a MacPap straight from Saskatchewan. To me, what that kind of does for me is it says, there is another way forward for Saskatchewan. Historically, we have here essentially folk heroes of like yesteryear that have lived amongst us, right? And I think that's really cool. It's kind of uplifting. So, Corporal Zaharik. I've been on the lake that's named after him. I wish I could show more about Zaharik, but I guess another thing we could do is we'll go to the virtual war memorial. Virtual war memorial. Yeah, here you go. But last time I was here, his website was like down. Yeah, okay, I think it's back. Okay, here we'll contact, quick search. There we go. There, Zaharik. Let's take a look. So Jacob Zaharik. There's Jacob Zaharik. I'll just creep his page here. I'll see if I can make this a little better. Probably not. Here, we need to go window capture. I'm gonna take that crop off. Kind of, yeah, here we'll take the left and the right crops off. Top and bottom can just stay. That did not work. What is going on? Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, shoot. Now I'm just screwing everything up here. I don't remember what I had this set at. Oops. And take that out. Take that out. That should be okay. And then, yeah, I'll go 250. Try that. I don't know what I'm going to be looking at, but 350. No. There, that looks better. 200. 200 should be okay. Done. Okay, so let's transition this on over. There, okay. So here we go. So conflict, World War II. 14th Canadian Hussars. I don't know. I don't know how you say that, but here. So Corporal 14th Canadian Hussars, Jacob Zaharik, born 1914 in Virginia, died 1945, January 23rd in Nijmegen salient. He was buried at Groesbeek Canadian War Cemetery near Nijmegen, Gelderland, Netherlands. Zaharik was wounded the day before and captured. He was the son of Theodore and Bessie Zaharik. Jacob worked for a time in his father's excavating business, but was a pipe fitter's helper at Toronto, Ontario, and he enlisted at Regina early in 1942. He also was wounded while serving 18 months as a volunteer machine gunner with the MacPaps in the Spanish Civil War and was extremely eager to carry on the fight against the Nazis. Yeah, that's just where he's buried. There in Europe, Netherlands. I've kind of searched up like people from my own town, like who have died. I've found some really interesting stuff, maybe never seen kind of before by people doing like local history here and stuff. Like there was Air Force people that were killed somewhere here along like Denmark and Germany in this area, I think, Netherlands. And I actually found a picture of like their crashed plane because I found a Dutch newspaper that had like a photo of the plane. So yeah, there's the Zaharik Lake. I guess we could have just come here. It's right there. So yeah, there's kind of a reference. L'Orange. So, or at least a knee lake. But that's about all that there really is about him. Just a really interesting guy. Just really interesting history. So, anyways, I think we'll cut her off there. I'm sorry if this wasn't like super exciting or anything, but okay, I'm gonna cut her there. So I'm tired. Catch y'all later.